Welcome to the first episode of the 2024 Olympic rowing season. We've got ourselves a fantastic weekend of racing here in Nathan Medicine Park for Winter Speed Order. Let's get into it. So while there's no seats actually selected for the Olympics at this race, it is really important for a lot of the rowers to get invited to selection camp to do well here. There's a great Row2K article that I suggest you go read because they actually outline for each event what each athlete who wants to be in that event has to do in order to go to the Olympics. So for the women's single, you have to win Olympic trials at the beginning of April here. But for the men's 8, you have to get invited to selection camp, get into the boat, go to FOQR, qualify the boat, and then you are in that boat for the Olympics. So there's a lot of progressions that will happen over the next 5-6 weeks. Today, we had time trials because we have so many boats that we just need to seed them into their proper finals or into quarterfinals and semifinals. Singles, it was top 24 because 6-lane racing went to the quarterfinals. I think for the men's and women's singles, there are over 40 boats entered. I sat at the 1750 all morning and just recorded each boat going by. So link down in the description if you want to just see each boat racing. A couple strokes in the last 250, going into the last 250. I've got my camera set up at the 1750 so that I can get the last little bit. They're going to be racing in lanes 1 and 2 starting at 8 o'clock, starting with Alina Hagstrom in the women's single, men's single, women's pair, men's pair. We started off with the women's singles, where the top 3 went to Molly Reckford, Sofia Vitas, and Estelle Sechter. Then Lauren O'Connor took the next fastest lane in the quarterfinals. So it's a snaking pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then it snakes back and forth. So you'll have 4 and 5 in the same heat, but then you'll have 1 and 8 in the same heat. We've got a lot of fast lightweight women in this country. So whatever boat gets selected out of Olympic selection camp will go and have a real medal winning shot at the Olympics. So I'm very excited to watch that. Moving on to the men's singles, we had Soren Kozik, Ben Davidson, Andy LaRue, California Rowing Club sending out some super fast scullers, followed by Mike Knippen. So that was our top 4. I'm gonna go on top 4 because I went to quarterfinals. Soren absolutely storming down the race course. He was just under 7 seconds ahead of second place, Ben Davidson. I hope he can stay healthy, and if they decide to go for the if they decide to go for the heavy double, he's a former lightweight, which is why I was thinking that, hopefully they can go to FOQR and qualify that boat, go and get another medal winning shot like our women's light double. So those were the scullers. Then we had time trials for the sweepers. Makes sense. Starting off with the Princeton Training Center, getting the top 3 spots with Claire Collins, Maddie Wanamaker, Molly Bruggerman, and Regina Solomons, and then Kate Knifton and Emily Caulfield taking the top 3 slots. Then in the men's pairs, we had Liam Corrigan and Mike Grady, Nick Mead and Justin Best, followed by Peter Quinton and Oliver Bubb, the California Rowing Club, which is the equivalent of the Princeton Training Center and California Rowing Club. Men's pairs usually train out of there, women's pairs train out of Princeton, most of them. This evening, we followed up with the first set of quarterfinals for the men's and women's singles. So for quarterfinals, top half goes to the AB semis, bottom half goes to the CD semis. And then you go into, from there, A final, B final, C final, D final. Kind of makes sense. Now, 6-lane racing, it's been a while. The last time people raced this was fall speed order. We've just had head racing season, so there hasn't been much 6-lane racing happening lately. Now, while no seats are actually decided for the Olympics at this race, the quarterfinals and semifinals are really kind of gonna be some of the hardest racing you'll see, because if you get into the top half of the quarterfinal, you go to the AB semi, and getting top 12 versus next 12 is maybe the difference of getting invited to selection camp. So after morning time trials, we had a lot of really close racing for the quarterfinals. We had the men's and women's singles quarterfinals, which means top 3 go to the AB semis, bottom 3 go to the CD semis. So it's gonna be some very tight racing. Some very disappointed faces because, this is kind of the real test of where your speed is at. And if you don't have a great race, you're going to miss out on the AB semi. So, lots of people, I was up at the start, obviously, lots of people kind of with their heads down at the finish when I came by. And, you just got to feel for them because this is, to get invited to camp, kind of the first step and then just making the boat is the next step, and then qualifying the boat or going to the Olympics, depending on what boat. If you can get through with your body intact, racing well, it's, you know, just a testament to how hard you've been working. You know, everybody deserves a round of applause for just getting through today for the singles, and send a message to someone that you know put their heart into it and maybe missed it out. So tomorrow will be a packed day from 8 to 11 a.m. of racing, from men's and women's singles, AB semis, all the way down to the men's and women's singles H finals. So there's a lot of boats racing, and everybody gets to race a final. Depends if you get into the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, then the final. The singles will be racing 4 races in 3 days. So as the sun sets here in Nathan Benderson Park on the first day of winter speed order for the first test of the 2024 Olympic rowing season. Go watch down the link in the description, the video from time trials, to go see your friends racing. Hope you enjoy. It's a little bit crosswindy today, and hopefully the wind holds up tomorrow and Saturday. Not looking too good. Then we've got the American Youth Cup happening this weekend, so it's gonna be a hectic day of racing. But in the meantime, see ya.